Tonight on Connecticut's news station, new details about the American hostage recently released in Gaza and her ties to Connecticut. What we're learning is the temporary ceasefire extends into a 7th day.
There is a man in Texas that owes me over $111 million.
A woman who lost her mom in the Sandy Hook tragedy is now battling cancer, all while she's still wondering if she'll ever see her part of the money awarded in the Alex Jones case. A one-on-one with her tonight in a conversation you'll only hear and see on Fox 61.
Plus, robotics to the rescue at one local hospital. The new technology now a game changer for the surgery department there. We're getting a look at how it all works.
Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. An American-Israeli woman held hostage by Hamas for more than 50 days has been released.
Yeah, her family lives in Waterford and are active members of Eastern Connecticut's Jewish community. Fox 61's Carmen Chow joins us live in the newsroom now with the details there. Carmen.
Brent and Sarah, 49-year-old Leah Benin was kidnapped during the attack on October 7th. Her husband, 49-year-old Aviv Atzili, was also kidnapped, and it was just today she found out her husband was murdered.
There will be no one left behind.
49-year-old Leah Benin was among the dozens of Israeli and Thai hostages released by Hamas on Wednesday.
Leah Benin is safe in Egypt. She's crossed the border. I talked with her mother and father. They're very appreciative, and things are moving well.
Several other U.S. citizens are still being held captive.
We continue to get more hostages out and more humanitarian assistance in.
The executive director of the Jewish Federation of Eastern Connecticut, Rachel Levy, is happy about Benin's release, but knew it was bad news for her husband, who was murdered.
It was a huge sigh of relief, but also an incredible bad feeling that Aviv was not okay.
Levy says she traveled to Israel end of October for a solidarity mission, making sure no one felt alone.
This is about terrorism winning, that if Hamas wins this war, this shows that terrorists are winning. We would not let that happen on 9/11. We went, as soon as the Twin Towers were hit, that was the beginning of war.
Congressman Joe Courtney says he made sure he did everything possible to keep Benin and her husband's capture high on the agenda. And a statement saying in part, quote, as Leah's father powerfully stated, revenge, anger, certainly not religious fanaticism, are not part of a viable agenda to end this nonsense in the Middle East. This can't go on like this. I did reach out to Benin's cousin, Jerry Fisher, who was the former executive director of the Jewish Federation of Northeastern Connecticut. We also have not been told when Benin's husband was murdered. In the Breaking News Center, Carmen Chow, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Thank you, Carmen. Well, the humanitarian impacts of this war are worsening. Connecticut-based international aid organization Save the Children reports more than 14,000 people have been killed in Gaza, including about 6,000 children.
Fox 61 political reporter Emma Wolfhorst spoke with the CEO of Save the Children and joins us now in studio with what they're seeing.
Brent, Sarah, Save the Children says kids have been killed and injured in every major escalation, but the numbers have never been this high. The temporary ceasefire between Israel and Hamas was extended for a 7th day today, just minutes before it was set to expire. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the humanitarian pause has allowed more than 100 hostages to be released and returned to their families, and a significant surge in humanitarian assistance into Gaza. Save the Children says while this current pause in fighting has allowed these agencies to bring more aid and fuel into the south of Gaza, not all aid is getting where it needs to be, especially in the north of the Strip, where civilians remain cut off from electricity, food, and water.
The humanitarian pause that we're currently in now is, well, I would say better than no pause at all. But we need these pauses to be multi days, and they need to be predictable. Alongside a pause in violence, which is a first start, but it's not enough, we need to make sure that more supplies are coming in through the crossings. we need those supplies to also be critical humanitarian supplies. Yes, water, yes, food, yes, fuel, because otherwise you cannot deliver the supplies. But also our humanitarian search teams or more people need to be allowed into the Strip.
Save the Children currently has 25 staff in Gaza who have been there for the last month. The organization is delivering supplies on foot or using donkey carts due to lack of fuel. And Save the Children says in addition to supplies, they need more staff to be able to get into Gaza. And you can see our full conversation with Save the Children CEO and president on The Real Story this Sunday at 10 a.m. Sarah, Brent.
Thank you, Emma. New tonight, an Amazon driver was robbed at gunpoint in New Haven, and police are now investigating. They say it happened in the area of Whitney Avenue and Linden Street. The driver told officers 4 people approached his truck and demanded he get back inside it. 2 of them had guns and one was pointed at the driver. The group robbed him and then ran. The Amazon driver was not hurt. Police are still searching for those suspects.
A Meriden man faces charges after allegedly crashing into a police cruiser. Police say Francisco Pabon was driving on Lewis Avenue when he rear-ended a police car that was parked with its emergency lights flashing. Pabon then allegedly continued driving recklessly through a construction zone. He was taken into custody a short time later. Police say Pabon appeared intoxicated when he was arrested. The officer who was in the cruiser that was hit was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. West Hartford police are investigating after a woman was hit on North Main Street yesterday. Police say she had non-life-threatening injuries, and after initial investigation, was given a ticket for reckless use of the highway by a pedestrian. The road was closed for some time as crews responded to the crash. Anyone who may have witnessed that crash should call police.
Turning to the weather now, pretty nice day out. Not as chilly, I guess.
Yeah. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now with what we can look forward to for the end of the week and the weekend. Rach.
Yeah, these temperatures are going to be sticking around, so we'll be near, if not slightly above average. But we also do have some rain to time out for you, including some around this time tomorrow. But I wanted to talk about just how much warmer it is than this time yesterday. About 10 degrees higher, 13 degrees higher for Groton. Right now, it's 49 degrees, so 1 degree shy of 50 for the New Haven area. Mid-40s, though, in the Hartford area, close to 40 degrees in Meriden, and upper 30s currently in Torrington. Nothing here to show you on satellite and radar, so we are nice and dry and calm tonight, and it won't be as cold as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. We're looking at overnight lows that'll be falling back into the 30s. Tomorrow, we'll start the day off with nice sunshine. We're going to rebound up to near 50 as we head through the afternoon. We'll see increasing clouds, and then between around 2 to 4 o'clock, there will be some scattered showers developing, and later on in the evening, 6 to 8, those showers might become a little bit more widespread. The rain clears out for Saturday, but more returns on Sunday. We're going to talk more about the timeline, your full forecast coming up.
Thank you, Rachel. The Newtown Police Department responded to Sandy Hook School this morning to investigate a threat. Police performed a thorough check of the school and area. They quickly determined the threat was not credible and likely a part of a swatting incident.
And we return now to our Fox 61 exclusive. Tonight we are sharing the story of Erica Lafferty, who after losing her mom in the Sandy Hook school shooting was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer.
Yeah, last hour we told you about the hundreds of millions of dollars she's owed from conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. But will she ever see that money? Fox 61's Matt Karen looked into it. Matt.
Well, that is the big question. It was just over a year ago when Erica Lafferty took the stand in the Alex Jones defamation trial. The judgment awarded Sandy Hook families a record $1.5 billion. Erica's share, $111 million, but she hasn't seen a penny of it.
There is a man in Texas that owes me over $111 million.
That man, conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, found liable for defamation for claiming the Sandy Hook massacre was a hoax and the parents were actors. It's money Lafferty could use to pay for life-saving cancer treatment.
Do you feel like he's just continuing to steal more and more from you?
Every single second of every single day. That man has made a career out of torturing me and families like mine.
Jones declared bankruptcy and is accused of squirreling his fortune away from creditors. Jones attorney Norm Pattis telling Fox 61, "I think everyone is beginning to realize that there's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow." Attorney Chris Maddie, who represents the Sandy Hook families, has offered to settle the case if Jones agrees to pay just $8.5 million over the next 10 years. In a statement saying, quote, Alex Jones needs to be held accountable for his actions. He cannot use the bankruptcy process or any other legal process to evade accountability for the families. As for Erica Lafferty, she told Fox 61 she must turn her energy toward her new enemy, cancer, using the strength that her mother, Sandy Hook Elementary School principal Dawn Hochsprung, gave her to keep fighting her brain tumor.
But I, for the past decade, have put on the brave face and been the voice for my family. And I don't know how to do that anymore when I physically feel like my body is dying.
And Erica, who was just today diagnosed with pneumonia, tells me it brings her no joy to have to ask for donations. But her cancer treatments, well, they cost $47,000 a month. That's out of pocket. Really could save her life. We have a link to her GoFundMe page on our website, fox61.com. In the studio, Matt Caron, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.